Hey everyone, this is Real Estate Riches Podcast, and boy, is it going to be rich, full of the wealth and the tips and the tricks of all kinds of successful agents, because that's what you want to be, right? A business builder who has success in their business. Well, that's what we got going on here. And I'm going to have all kinds of agents, men, women, young or older, sharing all their stuff because there's technology, there's just how do you build your business? There's so many questions, right? So let's learn from some of the best. Gather your wealth and build your business. That's what this channel is all about. And I'm excited to bring it to you. I'm Kathy Byrnes and I'll be your host. And stay tuned. Let's get at it, right? Hey everybody, it's Kathy Byrnes with Real Estate Riches, and I'm excited today because I have a friend of mine, Lauren Greene, who's going to be here with us sharing her nuggets, her gold, and I especially love her branding. So we're going to talk about that. Hey Lauren.
Hey, Kathy. Thank you so much for having me here.
I'm excited to have you. So I would love, usually how I start out, I like to know a little background story. Fill us in. You're with Epic, and which is a newer company in the area anyway, right? And it's a meta company, correct?
Yes,
Cloud?
correct. Yes.
And that's new to you as well, right?
It is.
Okay.
Yes.
But you got a backstory, like how long you've been in real estate. Just give your little bio here of real estate.
I had been in the real estate industry about 7 years. Prior to this, in my past life, that's what I call it, I was a stay-at-home mom for 11 years to my four beautiful children. And, unfortunately, came to the decision that it was time for my husband at the time and I to part ways. And I was just kind of sitting there thinking, I don't want to go sit in a cubicle and look forward to a 5% raise year over year. I want to do something that I can literally create my own destiny with. And so real estate seemed to be the right solution for me. I actually spoke to my ex-husband and told him what I was thinking about doing, and he supported me 100% and said that he thought it was a great idea. So went and took the course and just jumped in head first. Wow. And it's literally been one of the best decisions I've ever made.
So what company did you start with?
EXP, ironically.
Oh, you did? You started with EXP?
I did, right out of real estate school.
Oh, that surprises me. I had no idea. I thought you started at KW.
No, I did not. I was going to class with a young lady, and her mother was actually at EXP and a very seasoned agent. And so she really encouraged me and her daughter to join EXP, and she would kind of show us the ropes. And it was very exciting to me. I tend to be kind of an innovative thinker. I like to be on the cutting edge when I can. And EXP was certainly that in 2017. They were brand spanking new to the Charlotte market. And in hindsight, I'm kicking myself. I wish I'd stuck it out. But exactly what I'm going through with Epic right now, anytime a firm comes into a new market, there's a lot of growing pains. And, being a brand spanking new agent with zero experience, no office to go to, it was a little tough for me at that time. So
Sure.
I actually made the decision very shortly after to go join Allen Tate, where I could have more of a hands-on broker in charge. And that was a fantastic decision. Stuck with them for about a year, learned a tremendous amount. I was mentored by my broker in charge there, Kim Overman, who was just, I could not have gotten luckier, and she literally just took me by the hand and said, I'm going to show you how to do this. So that was a great experience. And from there, I've gone to a couple other places. I always said I wasn't going to be one of those agents that jumped around, but here I am.
But I personally don't have an issue with that. And I'm going to tell you why. I too, this is my fifth company. I'm with EXP now, but I started with Coldwell Banker. I didn't get what I needed at that window in time. I went to Remax. I was there for 7 years. Then I outgrew it. I didn't get what I needed. Went to another place. Not a good choice.
I think it's hard to find your home. I think it takes a little while. It takes some time for you to figure out what you actually need, what your style is and all that kind of stuff, and to find the right culture and company where that kind of meshes up. So
I think the hardest thing for a brand new agent to do in this industry is to do it alone when they first start out. I think you need to be on a team myself.
I did it alone.
I know you did. And which shows the businesswoman that you are, that and tenacious, because this is not an easy business.
It is not.
No.
Yeah. It's not. You know, I've always had a pretty driven personality, and I just kind of wanted to see if I could do it on my own. And it's been fantastic, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's great. So tell me about your branding. Your last name is Green. And so
Correct.
I've always seen you branded in green, and it's a
Yes.
beautiful shade of green.
Well, thanks.
So,
I'm branching out a little bit today, but it's funny you mentioned my brand, Kathy, because I'm actually going through a rebrand as we speak. And I'm coming to you live from my brand manager's office, as a matter of fact, because I wanted to unveil the new brand while I was on the show with you. And yeah, but with regards to the green, funny little story. I had a real estate coach very early on in my career, and she was wonderful. Cheryl Knowlton out of Utah, very influential in the real estate industry on a nationwide level. And she's just the most amazing human being. She's bubbly and energetic and just sweet as candy. So anyway, we parted ways after I'd worked with her for a while, and we've remained friends. She came back to me and said, "Hey, I'm piloting this training thing for agents. Would you mind attending and just kind of giving me feedback, let me know what you think?" And so she had a young lady in the meeting that we had. It was a 3-day like Zoom thing. And she was Cheryl's stylist. And she was saying things about like how to build your brand through how you present yourself. And I gotta be honest, like she said that to choose your brand color and just cover your life in it, wear it all the time on your branding and everything. And at first I was kind of, I don't know if I really want to do that, but I immediately was like, you know what, I'm just going to try it. And so I started wearing green as much as I could. And immediately I started to see the value in it. So I'm very grateful to Cheryl and her stylist for introducing me to the concept, because it makes you memorable. People, for some reason, remember my name because I'm always wearing it. So
yes. You have the color in your marketing pieces. Like I'll see it under contract. That'll all be in green. Different things will be within your marketing that you've done the green. So you're very branded to you. You are memorable. And obviously, I'm sure because of the quality of work that you do, but it'll stick. Is what really is the point. It'll stick, whereas maybe somebody else might forget you, even if you did a great job.
You know, I do think that's something that agents don't focus enough on when they get into the industry. It's funny, when we go to real estate school, they don't tell you have a PhD in marketing and branding and all this stuff. You're kind of learning it on the fly. And I do think that more agents should focus on that if they can, because it's important. Like for instance, I learned through my Google research early on, like when you're doing your marketing, it has to look consistent. For instance, like if someone's scrolling on their feed on social media, even if they don't interact with whatever you post and they don't, necessarily look at it fully, they recognize immediately, oh, Lauren sold another one or got another one under contract, because it's just consistent and they know exactly what they're looking at. So
yes, I totally agree.
That's what I strive for.
You mentioned something else. You got a coach early on. I think that's critical. And there's a lot of free coaching out there that agents can find the free coaching till they can afford the coaching.
Exactly.
Because for me, probably the first 5 years, I was barely, hanging in there because I started broke. So I started broke, the market crashed. So there was no coaching money, but there weren't a lot of coaching opportunities back in 2007, 8, 9,
I know.
That was not even, whereas today there's coaches out there
everywhere. Yeah.
And they give. Of course, they're hoping that you'll sign up for more, but in the interim, take what they're offering.
You learn a lot.
Yes, learn.
Yes, I think that's key, is just always learning. And, as Kathy, you're a pro at that.
Thanks. So I also know that you're bilingual. Tell me how that helps you in your business.
It's been phenomenal. I really didn't anticipate it being a part of my business. And it's not a huge part with regards to, I wouldn't say that I have this tremendous, base of Hispanic clients or Spanish speaking clients. I do serve quite a few, but it's not like half of my business or anything, but it's helped me tremendously. I absolutely adore helping the Latino and Hispanic community. They are some of the most amazing, hardworking, loyal, loving, warm people you could ever have the pleasure of working with, interacting with. So I feel very blessed to be able to help that segment of our market. And then also with regards to project managing, like getting a listing ready, bringing contractors in,
Right.
I feel like it has really helped me forge very strong relationships with a lot of the contractors that I have that speak Spanish,
Yes.
which in turn helps my clients tremendously, so.
Yes, because that is a real big missing piece because the Latino group is growing so dramatically all over the country and they need to be served just like everybody else, right?
It's
And
actually, yeah, I'm
and
sorry.
one of the biggest challenges they have is it's not just the realtor, it's all the different people that you need as you go through a transaction. And they need to feel comfortable, they need to feel heard. And so that's a big piece.
Yeah.
So tell me what has been your secret to your success building your business as a single agent, even going through these different companies. How have you built it? Do you have a niche? What's your secret sauce?
I've always wanted to develop a niche. I just haven't really honed in on that per se. I would say that what has lent most to, there's a lot of factors, right? I think, like we were talking about before, I've really gone out of my way to surround myself with mentors and seasoned professionals who have invested in my success. I am like forever indebted to John Fitzgerald and lots of people. I have an amazing coach now, real estate coach. He checks in on me all the time. He's not only my real estate coach, but he's my life coach, my financial coach. So I feel incredibly blessed to have been able to find those people that I knew were going to really invest in my success. So I would say that's number one, especially starting out. And then number two, I would say passion and obsession. I am so insanely passionate for my people, my clients, my contract, anybody that's in my circle. They are everything to me. They're like family to me. And I think my clients can see that. I think the people who I team up with in the industry can see that too. And then obsession. I'm absolutely obsessed with this business, like just the last night I was up until 2:30 in the morning. I hope I don't look super tired, but like researching this crazy market we're in right now, like what's winning. And that's what I do with my free time. So anyway, and then I also think just focusing on your message, your brands, and your reputation and how you present yourself.
Yeah.
I think people really are magnetized to that, especially if you back that up with extensive knowledge and confidence. I think that's pretty much the recipe for what's made me successful.
Yes, I think so too. Tell me about AI. How does that fit into your world right now?
Well, you mentioned that I'm at Epic, and Epic is the first AI-based real estate firm. So I'm super excited to explore that more. I know you are an absolute guru, and I would love to get together off of the show sometime and pick your brain about it. But I'm slowly getting into that, discovering what can be done. It's funny, my son, who's 17, is really interested in getting into real estate too. And so he's like trying to help me out with things, learn the business through the process. And I was like struggling with something. And he was like, Mom, chat GPT. And he just showed me, typed a sentence into chat GPT and it like did it in 2 minutes. I was like,
Yeah.
So I'm really starting to discover and uncover the magic of AI. So
Oh, yeah. It is magic, man.
it's incredible.
Whew, I got so many projects I'm getting ready to explode
Oh, I can
on that.
imagine.
I love it so much. Now that's where I'm really passionate about is the tech. So for me, my audience is the agents that are struggling, that have started maybe this as a second career, and now the market is really it's turning, and you got to have grit in this part. And this is a come to Jesus conversation here, people. If you don't have grit and you don't have tenacity and a willingness to figure out like who can help you and will help you, then this is not the career for you. You really, you need to go find something else because it's not an easy career. It's not. And it's not where we're all driving. I have a cool car, but I earned it. It didn't happen overnight. And there's challenging times, even for Lauren. It didn't happen overnight. She's a single mom trying to get things going on. Her business started up when you first got divorced. So it's a business where you have to have tenacity. You have to think outside the box. Your proximity of who you're surrounding yourself with to level you up is critical. And so I really applaud you for what you've done in your career. It's wonderful. And someday I'd like to be working back with you again.
I know. I'm looking forward to that day too.
Well, I'm happy for where you're at. It's growing, it's wonderful, and I'm grateful to have you on today.
Thank you so much, Kathy.
Is there anything you'd like to share that came to your mind?
Well, I think you did a really nice summary right there. And then I think something else that's worth noting is even though this business takes a ton of grit, a lot of work, you kind of have to like roll in the world of being uncomfortable, right? And you got to
Yes.
like that. But I would also say that if you lead from your heart and really count every opportunity as a blessing,
Yep.
then everything you do, all that effort will come back to you in spades. So
Totally agree. Totally agree. Thank you so much, Lauren. I really appreciate it.
thank you.
And thank you, everybody, for listening in. If you liked it, share, subscribe. We appreciate you all. Bye now.
So thanks for joining me on this episode of Real Estate Riches. Wasn't that great? I'm sure you got a nugget or two. I know I did. So if you liked it, please subscribe below, share it with everybody, make some comments. We really find that invaluable. And if you're thinking that you would love to talk about this a little bit more, let's schedule a business strategy call. I'll have the link below. And let's see if we can't mastermind together and see if we can empower each other. That would be great. So until next time, signing off. Hope to see you on the next one.